Invoice Approval Portal screen, My Items view. My Items will be located on top of any other shared mailboxes you may be part of. If you are part of any shared group approval boxes, they will also be listed here. For this training, we'll focus on the invoices in our My Items box.
In the two tabs up top, selecting each one will give you different views. The Invoice tab will give you an overall view. The Line Items tab will give you a breakdown view of the invoice. We like to see line item breakdown, so the extra details we need are already displayed.
Pricebook OC alerts on Pricebook and off Pricebook. Quick tip: you can move the columns over as you would like to see them. Hover over the column, then click and hold and move to the designated area. During the move, you will see a tiny blue arrow designating where it will be moved to. Let go of the mouse click and the column will be placed. In this example, we'll demonstrate an invoice rejection based on the fact that we know the supplier has a negotiated Pricebook rate and has opted to submit off Pricebook. To select a line or lines and display invoice data, you will select the actual line and it will turn blue. At the same time, the invoice details will populate on the right side of your screen. This example has a yellow off Pricebook alert. This is letting you know right away that the lines were invoiced outside of a non-HEST negotiated rate. Opening the invoice backup documentation is required during the invoice approval and review process. Select the vendor invoice to open the document. In this example, since the supplier has not referenced on Pricebook line items, we will reject it back with a message to instruct the supplier to use their Pricebook and resubmit. Click the red thumbs down button to reject. Select the reason and type in the resubmission instructions. Click the reject button to reject. All lines associated with the rejected invoice will disappear from your view. Next, we'll move on to the next available invoice to approve. Select the line item, then select Vendor Invoice to open the invoice copy as required. Best practices: vendor details should be the same in IAT as what is displayed on their invoice copy. Cross-check listed material or services were rendered and quantity and rate are valid additional to the validity of the dates services were performed or delivery was made. Total must match the IAT screen and the invoice copy. Review any off Pricebook items. Check that the invoice is referencing the correct cost object. Once you have reviewed and confirmed all is correct, you are ready to approve the invoice. Click the green thumbs up button to approve. Click the green approve button to finalize. Thank you for completing the invoice approval tool training. By following these guidelines, you ensure accuracy, compliance, and efficiency in the invoice approval process. Your attention to detail helps maintain financial integrity and supports the smooth operation of our business. If you have any questions or need further assistance with the invoice approval tool, please contact Workflow Admin at workflowadmin@hes.com. Let's work together to keep our processes streamlined and reliable.